Welcome to class. And here today we discuss about something more important for human beings, that is reproduction in human beings. And as we know that the meaning of a reproduction and types of reproduction in plants, okay, in single cell organism, okay, like mitosis, meiosis. And next it is what are the mechanism of reproduction in the human beings that we studied in next class. Okay, first one. Okay, here one important, that is menstrual cycle. What do you mean by menstrual cycle? Is it is occurs in female. Okay, it occurs in female, that is a monthly series of events that are associated with the maturation of an oocyte and the changes in the follicle. Average it is like 28 days, and day one of the cycle begins on the first day of our period. Okay, several follicles will start this process at the same time, and usually only one will reach ovulation and others degenerate. Menarche, it is some definition. Okay, I mean we studied in the next upcoming class. Menarche means it is the first menstruation begins at puberty. It is called menarche. Menstrual cycle, the cycle of events starting from one menstruation till the next one, is called menstrual cycle. Menopause, the menstrual cycle ceases to operate at the age of 50 years. This phase is known as menopause. After 50 years, the mother unable to produce egg in her uterus. And menstrual cycle, and here there are some phases of menstrual cycle. First one is menstrual phase, days 1 to 5th. Menstrual flows occurs due to breakdown of endometrial lining of the uterus. Okay, endometrial lining of the uterus. For example, here the endometrial lining is nothing but like this will shed. Okay, this will shed, that is the menstrual phase. And next one, follicular phase. Okay, nothing but 5 to 14 days that are formation of follicles are happens. Primary follicle, that is we also known as Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle is ultimate, the important one. And primary oocyte finishes meiosis 1, that was started in the fetus, and becomes secondary oocyte with a polar body. Okay, endometrial wall of uterus degenerates, as I in case told. Next one, in the follicular phase, the release of gonadotropins. This is important. The hormones, that is a luteinizing hormone and a follicle stimulating hormone, important, and increases. Due to this, the follicular growth are developed. Which are the two important hormones that are important for the production of follicular growth? It is this one. Growing follicle produce estrogen, produce LSH, FSH are the peak in the middle of 14th day. Then ovulatory phase, it is the day 14th. Okay, day 14th ovulatory phase. What do you mean by ovulatory phase? Nothing but it is a rupturing of Graafian follicles to release ovum. It is we call ovulation, and it's also known as ovulatory phase. Then luteal phase, nothing but 40 to 28 days. Remains of the Graafian follicles get converted into corpus luteum. Easy, this is important. Graafian ovum is released from the Graafian follicle, and that ruptured Graafian follicle is converted into like corpus luteum. Okay, corpus luteum. And the remains of Graafian follicle, corpus luteum acts as an endocrine gland. This is important, and it acts as an endocrine gland. Okay, now producing progesterone, which is important. This hormone is also called pregnancy hormone, and helps in maintenance of endometrium and necessary for implantation. Okay, this was the cycle, primary follicle and the development of follicles. Okay, this was the main. Okay, vesicular follicle, secondary follicle, primary follicle. All size are increases in the middle 14 days. The ovulation, that is ovulation in ovulation, graphical follicle ruptures. Then this was the hormones balance. Okay, and the menstrual flow, uterine cycle. Events in ovary. Okay, what are the events are occurs in the ovary? What are the events? Nothing but endo, primary, secondary, tertiary, graphical follicle rupture, corpus luteum, corpus albicum are produced. Then here, what we know that in the ovulation there are surge in the luteinizing hormone and as well as estrogen, and in the pregnancy period, that is the progesterone is surged, and here FSH is nearly balanced. Okay, important, which there are questions coming from this section, the ovulation and corpus luteum.